Hej, cześć, siemano, ja jestem Pan X i witam was w kolejnym odcinku z gry Call of Juarez Gunslinger. Kontynuujmy historię naszego ulubionego kowboja. Dwa ekrany ładowania? Ciekawie.
I tried to find Bob Bryant, but it was as if he'd disappeared. Sometime later, I heard the Wild Bunch was back together. Kid Curry escaped from jail, and now he was running the whole shebang. So I took to their trail, as I was still in pursuit of my brother's killer and hoped that he was back with him.
Okej. Ten rozdział zapowiada się ciekawie.
That kid Curry's kinda crazy, ain't he?
Don't let him hear you saying that.
Anyways, I tracked those boys to a camp right outside Parachute, Colorado.
Coś fajne wybuchowe? Trzech.
Being outnumbered, I didn't bother with a warning shot. I just started taking those bastards down.
Wow. O nie, nie padnę w pierwszym momencie. To byłby mega cringe.
Old Bob wasn't among them, and neither was Kid Curry. I could sense him close by, however, plotting something nasty. I just needed a clue as to their whereabouts.
Yes.
And I found one. A map with their bold plan clearly marked. This time they were fixing to blow up a train trestle. Property of the Union Pacific. The plan clearly indicated how they were fixing to undermine several of the weakest wooden supports.
Cień.
Kid Curry was considered the wildest of the Wild Bunch. It was said that he fathered 85 bastard children, though some say it was only 5. Kid Curry had bragged to a whore how he was gonna rob a train heading to the U.S. Mint in Denver. And that whore, Fat Sally, she told me. The bridge was rigged with dynamite, so I decided I'd best be careful confronting those bastards.
Suchrysty lasek dynamiczny.
A moment later, I saw a ladder that somehow had escaped my attention.
Na takim czymś jeździ
Blow us
pociąg?
up now.
Don't worry, I know what I'm doing.
To wygląda bardzo niestabilnie. Trzech?
But the Wild Bunch
Zero.
did not take kindly to my presence and attempted to blow my head off. It appeared the kid had found a number of new recruits to bolster their ranks.
What happened next?
Well, having removed the first bundle of dynamite, I decided I might as well remove the other one. Once that was done, I figured I'd find my way from there.
Bum. Myślałem przez chwilę, że tamten na górze nie zginął. 4 beczki prochu i jeszcze nie zginął. Ojejku.
So, what happened then?
Had to remove
on
more of
taki?
that damn dynamite.
Aha. Dobra, on był opancerzony. Okej. To już jest 3. bomba. Ile jeszcze?
It must have been terrifying trying to make your way across.
I was sweating it a bit, but then I noticed a footbridge tied up on high, so I shot the rope.
Po prostu niemiła. Nie no, z takiej odległości to już mogłoby boleć. Tak. Stabilne i bezpieczne.
So that was all the dynamite?
Funny you should mention that, darling. As actually, there was a 4th charge impeding my progress.
Hello.
Once I removed it, my path was pretty clear.
Why don't somebody shoot her?
Zero śmierci, zero
So I
śmierci,
proceeded
co?
onward. I realized that that way just wasn't gonna work. I needed an alternate path forward.
No tam. Myślałem, że stamtąd muszę skoczyć. Jakoś.
Luckily, I found a cave, and as I made my way back to the bridge, I saw something that concerned me. It was a long burning fuse, and it was moving fast as hell. I had to catch it.
O.
The burning fuse was so damn quick, I had to run like the wind. I almost had it, but no. Thought I was gonna have a coronary when I lost sight of those sparks. My heart was pounding like a sledgehammer. I knew that failure meant boom. Then, finally, at the last moment. Whew. Of course, I was successful, or clearly I wouldn't be talking to you folks here today. Naturally, I removed that last dynamite charge. Well, it was a touching reunion. But by this time, I was thoroughly exhausted and dragging my ass, as I was not a young man anymore.
Co teraz? Śmierć na patyku.
Kill that SOB!
Finally, I found those
Ojej.
boys, or more precisely, they found me.
Gracer and Kid Curry asked me.
Nuttier than a damn
Dostał. Czemu żyjesz?
Just when I thought things couldn't get worse, Kid Curry opened up on me with a goddamn Gatling gun. It was hidden
Zapraszam.
in this tunnel and pretty well shielded.
On coś cokolwiek widzi w ogóle?
Luckily, I had located some dynamite. I still, however, had my work cut out for me.
Ile przeżywają? Nawet mi się skończył, to mega smutno. Tyle lasek dynamitu i w ogóle to mu nic nie zadało. Ma. To jest dosyć niemiłe.
Eventually, I brought that tunnel down. And that's when I met Kid Curry himself. He had decided to stop pussyfooting around and deal
Próbował, ale mu
with
się
me
nie udało.
personally.
Pojedynek.
As fast as he was,
Chciałem mu heada strafić.
I was just a bit
Ale w
faster.
sumie trafiłem mu heada.
And as he lay wounded, I demanded to know the whereabouts of Roscoe Bob Bryant.
Jak?
He shouted at me. Is that what this is about? Bob went with Butch and Sundance to South
Jak?
America. You ain't never
Jak on
found
przeżył
him?
heada? W oko mu trafiłem?
Those were his last words.
Musiałem w oko mu trafić, było bez przesady. Najbardziej zadawał...
So, Bob Bryant got away?
I knew I'd never find him in South America.
What about the other killer?
Yeah, you kinda glossed over that one.
Well, I found Jim not long after my showdown with Ringo. At the time, he was riding with the James Younger gang. Did I neglect to mention that?
Jesse James.
Jesse James? The greatest outlaw who ever lived?
Jesse and his kin rode with Quantrill when he raided Lawrence, Kansas, and killed near 200 people, boy.
Nothing great about that.
And from there, him and his brother went on to rob banks and trains from Kansas to Missouri.
Which is why there was such a rich bounty on their heads. 40 grand for both of them, dead or alive. That's one hell of a payday. confronted them as they were robbing a train. Bullets were flying at me from every which way. But I knew I'd have to fight my way forward if I was gonna find this kid.
Wow, to nie było miło. Kurna.
Wait a second. How'd they stop this train in the first place?
Well, the James boys were experts at this.
Jest. Przechodzenie przez ścianę.
They hopped a freight train, having heard there was a big payroll in the express safe. So, I hopped the same train.
Ale jak ja bym skoczył już z takiej odległości, to bym umarł. Ponieważ ma to sens.
The James Younger gang was decimated after that little fiasco they had in Northfield, Minnesota. So Jesse needed more men and took on the killer I was after, along with a host of others. I was hoping to find my man and put a bullet in his head. Climbing around that train, I must have swallowed 100 damn bugs before I reached
James
that.
Younger gang pulled the first train robbery west of the Mississippi.
Sounds like you hold them in high regard.
Everyone knows they were the most famous outlaw gang ever.
And you took them all on by your lonesome. Again. I'm finding this all a little hard to swallow, friend.
Well, maybe you need to wash it down with some whiskey. By the way, did I mention that that train was flying down those tracks like a bat out of hell?
Tym razem na 2.
Anyway, excuse me, Ben. Where would I find the gentleman's facilities? Suddenly I have an
okay.
urgent need to drain my one-eyed snake. Well, I've had more than a few drinks, and I've been sitting here for quite a spell.
Right through there. Let me show
I've
you.
never heard so much
Konie.
malarkey in my life.
You think he's bullshitting us?
You don't think he's Silas Greaves?
I think he's just some old drunk looking for some free
Konie.
liquor.
I don't know, Jack. I think I believe him.
Więcej
You
koni.
don't think he met Jesse James?
Boy, you gotta be kidding me. That story makes no sense at all.
Jack.
I mean, you gotta be 2 bricks short of a load to believe that cock and bull story.
I don't agree.
Jack, lay off the
But
bar.
you seriously think that tired old man went toe-to-toe with Jesse James?
Well, that's better. Did I mention that this Jim was married to the infamous Belle Starr? Of course, I didn't learn that until later. Anyway, I made my way forward the best I could. Around the sides, over the roof. At some point, some sumbitch saw me and shouted out, "It's the damn Pinkertons!" It's the damn Pinkertons! Now, I never worked for that limey cocksucker. But I guess they assumed I was one of his assassins. Those evil bastards firebombed Jesse's mother's house and killed his stepbrother. So it's no wonder each and every asshole on that train wanted me dead.
Everybody's always mistaking you for somebody else, aren't they? Why is that, I wonder?
Don't rightly know, Jack. I'm just telling you how I remember it.
I bet you are.
Umiejętność. Złoty karabin? I to wygląda epicko. Okej, to nie miało tak wyjść. Miało wyjść to bardziej epicko.
came across a flat car piled high with logs.
Oh.
I come up with a creative way to make my way forward.
Dobra, może teraz kara.
I wondered if I was ever going to find the front of that
Może
train.
teraz kara mi się przyda.
Or the bastard I was after. Right about then, I was attacked by some
Gatling.
asshole on a Gatling gun.
Yeah, seems like you run into a lot of them.
Boże, daj mi
Asshole?
siłę.
Gatling guns.
Yes, I did. Now, I don't remember how I took it out. It was either a bullet or dynamite.
Where would you find dynamite?
Does it really matter, Jack? You're messing with the flow of the story here.
Okej. To powinno być to. I oczywiście, że nie jego czym miałby być. Oh, don't mind if I do. Okej. Cholera, nic nie widać. Dobra, chyba im wystarczy.
I was looking for Jim and shooting any son of a bitch stupid enough to
Jedno.
get in my way. And that included Jesse James himself. There sure were a lot of men determined to die that day.
Okej, tego się nie spodziewałem. Czy to jest... Nie jest tam dynamit?
It was then that Jesse detached the express car from the rest of the damn train.
Matrix!
I could see Jesse waiting for me, fixing to kill me so he could get away with all that money.
Hello, Jesse.
You had a showdown with Jesse James?
Of course he didn't. Everybody knows that Jesse was killed by Bob Ford.
Yeah. Jesse went out like John Wesley Hardin. Coward shot him in the back of the head.
Guess it doesn't matter how far you run, does it, Ben? Your past always catches up with you.
Huh?
Yeah, I didn't kill Jesse James. Just wounded him bad enough to convince him to hang up his guns.
What about that Jim fella? What happened to him?
I figure he was up front with a gun to the engineer's head. That bastard slipped away again. I'll tell you how I got him. But first I need to wet my whistle.
Okej, dziękuję wam bardzo za oglądanie i trzymajcie się. Do następnego. Cześć.